Is not saying I don't like marriage. I don't want to get married. Guys, calm down. Guys, I love love. I love love. I love marriage. Like I want to get married someday. So that is not what the point of this conversation. So before you judge me, hear this and hear this well, guys. Hi everyone. Hi guys. My name is Sarah Olale and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey. I hope you're doing great today. If this is the first time you're watching my video, welcome. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you love it as much as I loved filming it. And please subscribe so that you can watch my video again. Subscribe, please comment, leave a comment, leave a comment, leave a comment, and kindly like this. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're the realest. You're the realest. Thank you so much for watching my video again. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now to the conversation of the day. The question is, or rather, the word is, why I think marriage is overrated. Hmm. Eh, I know that the two sides or the two types of people that are watching this are number one, people that think surely their marriage is overrated, and number two, the people that are like, what does she have to say? Why would she say? Why would she put marriage and overrated in the same sentence? I need to listen to this so I can disagree. But guys, calm down, calm down. Disclaimer, like this does not like this is not saying I don't like marriage. I don't want to get married. Guys, calm down. Guys, I love love. I love love. I love marriage. Like I want to get married someday. So that is not what the point of this conversation. So before you judge me, hear this and hear this well, guys. So yeah, so disclaimer. This is not to say don't get married and all. No, this is something else entirely. So just watch before you make your judgments, right? Thank you for listening to me. So let's get into the video. Why I think marriage is overrated. So there's something that I've noticed in my journey through life, and it makes me really sad because we grew up into that. We have nieces, cousins, and aunties or uncles that are falling prey of this. And it's interesting that at this stage of our life, or in the advent of the internet, we are able to get more people giving their adverse opinion or different or opposing opinion from what we used to know, which is that when you get to a certain age, or rather maybe when you finish your university education and you have a job, for a guy, you have a job, you have a good salary. You don't even need to have a very good salary. Just have one good salary. At least salary should be coming in every month. Go and get married. And if you're a lady, job care. Even if you have not finished school, a man comes, live all your life, like forget your life and just go for the man. But if you have a job, plus, that's a plus, good. But it's possible that you have to leave that job when you get pregnant, or guys, you get what I'm trying to say. So this is what we used to know. This is what has always been the norm. But now we want to think outside the box. We want to think about something else, something that might actually be more important, and something that will actually help more married people stay married, and will reduce the divorce rate in our society today. And this is because a lot of people go into marriage for the wrong reasons. A lot of people don't get married because they love, like, that love, understanding, knowing about what they are getting themselves into is not a factor. And this is why a lot of people get into marriage and they start noticing some things, and they decide that, oh, this marriage is not for me. Or rather, maybe when they get into marriage and they start discovering some things about them, and their partner also discovers some things about them, and it's at loggerheads. They say that, oh, we're not meant to be, let's let it go. And a lot of people, they don't even know anything about marriage, sincerely. Maybe they just had feelings for each other and just like let's go into marriage. And then when the time comes and the feeling is not, you know, it's not like there again. Maybe they are not feeling. They'll be like, I'm not feeling this, and they'll just divorce. Guys, there's so much more to know. You can't just settle for what society is saying, because society will always talk. You know, a lot of us, we are products of what society has said. Even some of our characters, some of our lifestyle are products of what society has said. Some of us are not living the life we want to live because we are very worried that, okay, what will society say, what will people say, and does it even matter? Anyway, that's not the conversation for today. Firstly, I want to talk about this post I made. This there's this how will I put it? There was this blog post I wrote, yeah, on my blog about why you should live alone at least once in your lifetime. And I really love that blog post because I really poured my heart into it. And you should read it if you want to, but I'll give like some brief talk about that blog post here on this video. But if you want to read it, you can check the description. It will surely be there. So some of the things I said, I sent, like, I wrote two messages for ladies and men. And for ladies, I was like, I can't read it right now, but I'm just going to give a briefing. For ladies, I was like, ladies, you should not go into marriage because people are saying that's the next best thing for you. Take out the time to know yourself. Take out the time to discover your likes and dislikes. Take out the time to discover who you want to be. Guys, the person I thought I wanted to be when I was 18, 19, 20 is not the person that I want to be now that I'm 23. And I'm very sure by the time I'm 25 going to 30, the person I want to be now would have changed, or rather, my purpose would have become more clearer to me. So, what am I trying to say? If you get married at a very young age, it's possible that you don't discover yourself enough for you to live a more fulfilled life. I don't want you to get me wrong. I don't want you to get me wrong, right? It might not work for everybody like that, but I'm just looking at it from perspective of the things I've read and from my own personal experience, that the person I used to be has changed. Though not changed totally, but it has really changed. The way I love God now, when I was, okay, let me see, when I gave my life to Christ. Okay, yeah. So when I was 17, 18, I didn't love God as much. Or the knowledge I have of God now has really changed me, because the way I knew God when I was 19 or 20 is not the way I know God now. And now, the way I know God now has changed a lot of things about my lifestyle. But do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say, as you get older in life, a lot of things change about you. This is why you cannot make eternal, okay, should I say eternal? You cannot make a lifetime decision like marriage at a young age. This is not me telling you that, oh, that don't get married. Like, seriously, I don't have the right to tell you what to do, and that's not what I'm trying to say or do here. I'm just giving my opinion as usual. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that if you decide to get married at a young age, let it be that it is what you want. Let it be that you have a partner that is ready to grow with you. Let it be that you have a partner that, if you start changing your lifestyle as time goes on, they understand what change means, and they are ready to, adapt to your change. They are ready to understand you as you change and grow. Like, have someone like that, because surely you will change. Just ask your parents, or if you are older, maybe you're like in your 30s or 40s, ask yourself, the person I used to be when I was in my maybe under 20, in my 20s, and or is that the person I still am? Some of the beliefs and ideologies I held on to, you know some of the beliefs and ideologies I held on to, me now, there are some things I believe that I'm thinking that when I'm in my 30s, I probably will not believe in it anymore. Maybe after I've seen life more and experienced life more. So that is how it is for all of us. So from what I wrote in my post, I was like, ladies, don't go into marriage because that is what the society wants for you. Don't go into marriage because they are saying that's the next best thing when you don't even want it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, don't go into marriage because someone is telling you that, oh, if you don't go into marriage, you'll be looked at as less, you nobody will respect you. Like, seriously, who cares about the respect of people who do not respect your choices, right? You don't need to be coerced to go into marriage. You need to go into marriage because you really, really love this person and you are ready to love them even when you don't feel like loving them anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people divorce, because they think that the feeling you get, the butterflies and all these things you get, will continue in marriage. No, there are times in your marriage. I'm sure married people can testify. I know that because I've watched videos, heard stories of married people, and I've read books. I know that the feeling will not always be there. So ask married people that, okay, do you feel all mushy mushy? You know the way you felt the first time you met him or her. Do you feel like that when you like when you're in marriage, maybe many years to go? No, they don't always feel it. Even in relationships, you don't always feel all these mushy feelings and all. So this is the same for marriage. So are you ready to be with this person even when you don't feel all those mushy feelings? Are you going like, do you really like this person but you want to get to know them, but rather the society or family are pressuring you that, oh, you are so young, you're in your 20s, you're almost going to 30, you should quickly get married now, even though you don't know this person as much as you want to know them, as much as you want to know them in order to make the right decision for yourself. Are you like being pressured? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that's what a lot of ladies go through. And it pains me that so many ladies have centered their lives on marriage. It's very sad. Like, ladies, why? Why do we do this? Why do we center our self-worth on whether you're in a relationship or whether you are married or whether you have kids or not? Life should not be about that. Life should not be about, oh, she's better than me because she's married. No. And do you know another thing that infuriates me is the fact that people, okay, now when I say that, oh, I just started a website, or I just started a blog, I just started a YouTube channel, or when or maybe I just got promoted at work as a lady. Why is it that I don't get as much congratulations and applause and engagement as when I post that I'm getting married or I'm in a relationship? Do you guys think about it? This shows us how much, like, just look at it. Your friend that is getting married and you that just maybe made a stride in your career that is not married. Think about how people will celebrate both of you. It's possible that nobody will even celebrate you, but that your friend that's getting married, people will celebrate them. This shows that people elevate marriage and all these things more than fulfillment, more than the things that are lasting and fulfilling, or more than the things that we really care about, especially if you are the type that you are not really a married type of person, or when you are a lady and you are already in well into your late 20s. There's a way people start looking at you like your life is lesser, like you don't know what you are doing, like you don't have. People just start talking, people start saying things about you. They'll be like, oh, maybe she was arrogant when she was younger, that's why she didn't find a man. People start looking at you just because you don't have a man. It's a very big problem, a very big problem. Anyway, that's that. And I wrote the post also for men because I felt very sad for some men. There are men that are actually being forced by the society to get married because when you when you get married, society sees you as a responsible man. So before society can say, oh, this man is responsible, then the man must be out of his parents' house and he must be well on his way to getting married. But is that really how to know a responsible man? Are you kidding me? So yeah, men that are still striving for a better life, men that are still looking for money to feed, they are under the pressure that, oh, in order to be man enough, you need to quickly go and get married. You need to, have children. You need your mates are guys. This is really sad. This is why a lot of men are like are bad husbands and bad fathers, because they are not even ready for all these things. They are not ready and they are just like, "Ugh, let's let's just do it because so that people will respect me. Maybe in my family meeting, so that they say, ah, Baba Tunde, Baba Bimbola, Baba Sarah. You get what I'm trying to say? Or Daddy Chinwe, Daddy this, Daddy, so that people will respect me, or at least they'll say, ah, Sarah's husband, or so that they will give us those accolades. But the people, the happiest people, are people who do not follow after what they are told to do. Like, there are people who, when people say this is the way to go, they question it. Why should I go that way? If you don't live a life where you question the things you do or the things you are told, and you just go with the flow, you will not be happy. You will not live a happy life. One thing I always say is that your maybe your parents, your who can I say, elderly people or your family, they love you. When they give you advice, it's from a place of love, but you must not allow their love or advice to stop you from doing what you want to do, because you should be able to let them down gently. Like, I know you love me and care about me, but this is what I want to do. No matter how you feel, I will do it because I want to do it. Because when you get to a point in your life, maybe when you are older and you don't have as much resources, time and energy to do those things you want to do, it's possible that you start regretting. And at that point, will they regret with you because they love you? No. You will be the only one regretting your actions. You'll be the only one thinking, ah, when I was 20 something, I wanted to learn this, I wanted to do this, I wanted to travel the world, but I couldn't do it because, nobody would agree with me. Nobody thought it was wise. Nobody thought it was nice. So I didn't want to do it. Look at the great people that we have today. They were people that went, they went the opposite side of what anybody was saying. There were people that did strange things, weird things. And today, those strange things are now our normal. So even if you are doing something that is strange and it's not popular, that is not conventional, don't worry. There will come a time where it will be the main deal. There will come a time where a lot of people will talk about it and they will be like, "Oh, you were the pioneer of this." Don't be afraid to be a pioneer of something. Okay, I think I've digressed, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's very sad that a lot of people don't prioritize self discovery. A lot of people don't even care about themselves. I know that there's a thin line between self-confidence and selfishness. Like, think about it, there is a thin line, but don't because of that totally ignore yourself. There is so much fulfillment in getting to know who you are, in spending time with yourself, in loving your own company. If you can learn the art of these things, you'll be able to learn the art of getting married, like being with someone. You'll be able to learn the art of having friends and all these things, because if you are not complete in yourself, nobody can complete you. Imagine you are getting married, you don't even know yourself. This is something that concerns me with people in their 20s. You just bagged your degree, you just got out of university, you don't even know yourself, because throughout university you were busy trying to ace exams, you were busy trying to solve math problems or maybe scientific problems or whatever it is you studied in school. And then you got out of school, and what did you do? You went straight into marriage. You didn't even take out time to say, oh, what do I like, what are my dislikes, oh, maybe I want to live alone at least for a while, maybe a year or two before I get married, so I can understand myself more. You didn't even take out time to know yourself. You just went directly into marriage. Do you know how much that can affect your marriage? Do you know how much that can, this is not like, oh, it happens to everybody. I'm just saying it generally. It might affect, it might not affect. You get, I'm trying to balance those things. But still, if you want to make a decision for your life, this is the time to make decision when you are still young. This is the time to know who you are, what you like. Knowing who you are will help you know the kind of person you want to spend your life with in marriage. I know, getting to know myself, I know the kind of people I never want to be with. You remember, you saw my, I don't know if you've watched my video on negotiable traits to look for in a partner and all. Those negotiable traits I listed, though they are not like, oh, this is it, nothing changing and all. But most of them are things I can never negotiate with. Okay, I think non-negotiable traits. There are things I can never ever negotiate with. How do I know this? Because I've discovered myself that, oh, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and I'm not settling for less. So you settle for less if you don't know who you are. Because okay, later in marriage, when you start discovering who you are as you grow, imagine you discover that you like traveling the world, and your partner is kind of person that just wants you to sit down at home and have babies. Like, how will you balance that? Imagine you don't even have a reasonable partner that can understand that, okay, this is really what you want to do. Imagine you're a career woman, or a woman that likes maybe independence and all those things, but you didn't know on time. Maybe you got married at a very young age, and then at a at maybe going forward you realize, oh, I really love my career, but I love my family too. Let me see how I'll balance it too. And the man is like, no, I don't want you to balance the two. I want you to sit at home. Don't be a career woman. Imagine how that will like affect your life. So this is not to say those who got married don't made a mistake, guys. No, please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, now that you are not yet married, this is a very great decision for you to make at the right time, at the right stage of your life. It doesn't matter when you get married. There are people who okay, they have a sense of self at a very young age, maybe in their early 20s, and they found someone they really love, that understand them and they can grow with, and they got married and they are fine and they live happily ever after. But what of the people that don't have it that right? Okay, so one thing I'll say is that it doesn't matter what age you marry. The point is to marry the right person. Doesn't matter when. So don't like, I'm talking to men too, but I'm especially talking to ladies, because I know in the part of the world I live in, a lot of ladies are looked down on when they are not married. So I'm telling you today that it doesn't matter what age you marry. Just do whatever makes you happy. Another thing I would say is that it's okay not to get married. Very okay. Hmm. So this, I said I did a disclaimer at the beginning that I'm not saying I'm anti-marriage. Guys, I love marriage, I love love and all these things. But I'm not only speaking for myself. Whenever I talk, I'm not talking only about what I like. I'm talking about other people. There are people who do not want to marry. There are ladies who do not want to marry. And it is okay. The earlier you know it is okay, the better for all of us in the society. The better for us not to look at people and judge their happiness based on them having a man or a woman by their side. It's okay not to marry. If you don't want to marry, it's not bad. And the funny thing is, biblically, I've noticed that, even because a lot of people like to say, oh, get married because I've heard really insane things. So people that will be like, a woman's purpose is in her marriage, or some strange things I don't even want to talk about, because they make me very angry and disgusted. Like, what's that? What does that even mean? So some people will say that, oh, it is biblical to get married or something. I don't know how they say it, but guys, have you actually noticed that the Bible is not like really especially Jesus, because I like, if you've watched my Christian videos, I talk about how I read about the life of Jesus, and this is Jesus is not all that concerned about marriage too. You'll be surprised, because there was this part where I think the Pharisees also were asking him that, where who will, Holy Spirit help me, who will, what's that word, oh, okay, if a woman marries this husband, this husband, who will be her husband in judgment day? What a question. And Jesus was like, is that like, what? I love Jesus sincerely, because he's such a cool person, or cool God. Like, Jesus was like, what what is, like, I'm just trying to look for a simpler way to put it, like, what is your business, or what is God's business with marriage? In the resurrection there is no marriage. Like, there was, the way Jesus just said it, I was like, wow, okay, interesting. And Paul, Paul, whose teachings we really hold dear as Christians, Paul also said that if you don't want to marry, it's fine. But if you know that you're not be able to hold yourself sexually, then go and marry. This brings a lot of things in perspective that I don't even want to go into, because if I go into it, because a lot of people start thinking that, oh, what she's saying. But guys, even biblically, we are not forced to marry. So when you see people that say they don't want to marry, don't try to make them feel like demons or devils. Don't try to make them feel bad for their words, or Like, in fact, even churches need to start looking at their protocols on marriage. There's this: if a man is not married, is not fit to lead a church. I don't know if you've heard those kind of things, but they actually do it in churches. Imagine, that's serious. What's the word? That's serious discrimination. Yeah, so though I think there's this part of the Bible that talks about deacons and stuff, that be husband of one wife and all these things. But really, can that be a leverage? Because the same person that said deacon should be husband of one wife and all, the same person that said if you don't want to marry, it's fine, can be Paul was a great teacher, a great disciple of Christ while he was on earth. He led churches, he led Gentiles to Christ and all. He didn't get married. So why should we like base someone leading a church on the person being married, right? Though another thing I would think about is that when a man is married, or that's what they think, that when a man of God is married, he helps him to know, like, there'll be a lot of sisters around. He helps him to not fall prey of sexual immorality and all. But the funny thing is, most scandals that we have heard of pastors, those pastors are married. In fact, all of them are married. All of them. All of them. All the pastors we've heard of their scandals with members and all. We don't know whether true or not, which is not the basis of our talk. But you get what I'm saying? All of them are married. So marriage does not say you not commit sexual immorality. So I really think that pastors being married, being like pastor get married, being a priority and all should really be checked. Anyways, that's just my own opinion. You get another thing again that you should know is that marriage is not fulfillment. Marriage is not fulfillment. A lot of people learn this in the hard way. A lot of people learn this after they've gotten married. They think, oh, I'm not feeling fulfilled right now, let me get married. Yeah, no, marriage is not fulfillment. Fulfillment is what you make it. Fulfillment is doing what you want to do. So marriage can I say marriage can be fulfillment? Well, maybe you are the type of person that the only thing you want to do in life is be with a man and have children. Maybe marriage can be fulfillment for you, but generally, marriage is not fulfillment. Marriage is not fulfillment. And marriage is not an achievement, guys. A lot of people always like act like, oh, when you get married, you've achieved something in life. Marriage can never be an achievement. Because, like, what's the achievement there? Like, you entered, like, you packed another person out because you love the person and all. So, what were people doing when you were dating? Okay. Anyway, Sha, you get what I'm saying. So, marriage is not an achievement. You should go into marriage, on the ground that you love this person, you want to spend the rest of your life with the person, not to get some kind of accolade or anything. There's really nothing special. It's nothing really special, really. So another thing I would say is that marriage is work, guys. Marriage is work. A lot of people, overrate marriage so much that they rush into it because they think that when they enter the marriage, everything will just be working fine. No, you need to work. Like, marriage is work. So if you have other things that you are planning to do in your life that you think you should get married and you continue doing it, it's possible that you will not be able to do those things because you'll be busy focusing on how to make your marriage work. Especially if you are serious and you really love that person. You need to be ready to make the marriage work. You need to be intentional about making the marriage work. So marriage is work. Be ready to do the work instead of you know, just rushing into it just because. Go into it at your own time because you want to, because this is something you love to do. You get what I'm trying to say? So, like, the conclusion of everything is that I think marriage is overrated, because if it is not overrated, then women will not be is the word ostracized? I don't know if that's the word. Women will not be, you know manipulated, coerced to go into marriage, and men will not be made to seem irresponsible because they are getting married. So I believe marriage is overrated because a lot of people think that when they get married, they've achieved something in life, or marriage will fulfill them, marriage will complete them, and it's a lie. And when they get into marriage and they see that, oh, this thing is actually a lie, they start, feeling bad, start contemplating divorce and all this. So in order to avoid all of this, you need to understand that marriage is just marriage, just one of those things that will happen in life. And guys, when someone has not yet gotten married, don't don't like start talking, like don't start saying you, when will you marry, you like your mates are married. Guys, don't say that, because you don't know if the person just came out of a bad relationship, or the person is at broken, or you don't even know if the person doesn't want to get married and they are still like battling with their decision and all. So these are things that we must be very careful to talk about. Don't just meet people and just start asking them personal annoying questions like, are you, when will you marry at your age, maybe you have finished school and all those things. It's really bad to ask those kind of questions. And when people get married too, please don't start asking them, oh, when will you give birth, and like, why are we so interested in other people's lives? And a lot of people that ask these questions, they are going through their own stuff. So when someone gets married, don't start asking them when will you give birth. Let them do it in their own time. See, there are people, maybe when I get married, I would do like a video on that. There are people who like get married. How will I put it? Yeah, married people who don't want to like give birth early. Like it's because they want to get to know each other more. Like they want to get used to knowing each other in marriage. They don't want to give birth immediately they go married. Maybe they want to give themselves 6 months, 1 year, 2 years to get to know each other before they get married. And it is very good, because if you don't get to know each other in marriage and the child just comes in, it's possible that you might actually drift apart unintentionally, right? You might be wondering how I know this is, since I'm not married. But guys, I read, I watch videos, I learn about these things, because it's very important to know these things. So guys, don't ask people, oh, when are you going to have a baby? When they have the baby number one, you go and ask them, when are you going to have baby number two? Seriously, are you really that jobless? Why are you so concerned about other people's lives? So these are questions you should not ask people. You can ask people about their work. You can ask people about, their career, their dreams. People will be glad to tell you that. When you start asking personal questions like, oh, when will you get married? Oh, there was even a time I did bridal train for someone, and somebody was like, you always need bridal train. When will you do your own marriage? I was like, how is this really important? When did I even grow up to start doing bridal train? Like I have like goals in my mind to do bridal train for a lot of people before I get married. Like it's something I would really love to, because I've not really been a bride. I've not been a bridesmaid. I think that's correct. I've not been a bridesmaid for a lot of weddings. And that's like something I would really love to do more. So I'm still going to do more bridesmaid. Do you get what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's just what I have for you. Yes, I think marriage is overrated, but I also think that you should make that decision for yourself, whether you want to rush into marriage, or whether you want to calm down and get to know yourself before you commit to someone in marriage. Because when you are in marriage, you are in marriage. Don't think of coming out of it. So that's why before you like go into marriage, make all the right decisions. Make sure everything in your life is in order, both men and women. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please don't forget to like this post. Like if you like it, and leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me hear your opinion about this. Do you agree that marriage is overrated, or do you disagree? Let me hear what you think. I'm a very open-minded person. Seriously, I like to hear what other people have to say, because um I would say that how much my life has evolved is from me being open minded. I'll listen to others, and it helps me change my perspective or stay on my perspective. So if your perspective is much better than mine, I will actually revise my own perspective. So that's how I am. So please leave a comment, and please subscribe, because I have more videos coming for you. Videos that you will not expect. I have something in stock. Wait for it. So please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.